Peter and John, two sides of the same coin, bound by an unshakable friendship yet worlds apart in their approach to love.
I believe in showering Sarah with extravagant gifts, a tangible expression of my affection. Control is just another facet of love.
Sarah, though appreciative of the material comforts, yearned for a deeper connection, a sense of freedom that Peter's possessiveness suffocated.
I treat Faith with unwavering respect and kindness. Our relationship is built on a foundation of shared dreams and open communication.
Yet Faith saw this gentle love as monotonous, lacking the excitement that Peter brought into Sarah's life. She craved passion, a whirlwind romance that her stable relationship seemed to lack. The irony was palpable.
Love is about giving her the world, spoiling her, showing her she's mine.
Love isn't about possessions, Peter. It's about respect, understanding, and letting her breathe.
Their debates on love were legendary, a constant source of amusement and frustration in equal measure. Peter, the ardent believer in grand gestures and declarations, John, the advocate of quiet companionship and unwavering support. Two friends, their perspectives as different as night and day. Unbeknownst to their partners, both Sarah and Faith harbored secret longings.
Trapped in a gilded cage of Peter's making, I envy Faith's freedom, the ease with which John treats her. I see in John the tenderness and understanding that my own relationship lacks.
Blinded by the allure of the unknown, I see Peter's flamboyance as true passion. I crave the excitement, the grand gestures that seem to define his love for Sarah. In my eyes, John's steady love has become predictable, boring.
The grass, as they say, is always greener on the other side. It started as a joke, fueled by wine and frustration, a seemingly harmless suggestion that quickly spiraled into a life-altering pact.
Why don't we just switch partners for 2 weeks?
The silence that followed was deafening. Then came the nervous laughter, the hesitant glances, but the seed of doubt had been sown. What started as a drunken dare morphed into a dangerous experiment, a test of their relationships and their own desires. 2 weeks, 14 days that promised to change everything. The initial awkwardness soon gave way to a startling realization.
I feel so much more free now.
Sarah blossomed under John's quiet attentiveness.
I never knew I could be this happy.
Freed from Peter's controlling nature, she discovered a side of herself she never knew existed. Laughter came easily. Conversations flowed effortlessly.
You have this incredible strength, Sarah. It's inspiring.
John, in turn, found himself drawn to Sarah's quiet strength, her ability to see beyond the facade he presented to the world.
I feel like I can be myself with you.
Peter and Faith, however, were a disaster waiting to happen.
Why do you always need so much attention?
Their personalities, once alluring from afar, now grated on each other's nerves. Peter found Faith's need for constant attention tiresome, while Faith grew weary of Peter's superficial charm.
You're so shallow, Peter.
The cracks began to show, and with each passing day, the chasm between them widened. As the days morphed into a week, doubt crept into Faith's mind like a persistent chill. The excitement she had initially felt for Peter had waned, replaced by a growing sense of unease.
I miss John's quiet strength, his unwavering support.
The realization hit her with the force of a tidal wave. She was in love with John, truly in love, and she had traded it for a cheap imitation. She watched John and Sarah from afar, their laughter a painful reminder of what she had thrown away.
The easy camaraderie, the shared glances that spoke volumes. It was everything I had ever wanted with John.
Regret, sharp and bitter, settled in her heart. Faith tried to bridge the gap, to rekindle the spark with John, but it was too late. The wall she had erected between them, built on her own misguided desires, had become insurmountable.
I'm sorry, Faith, it's over.
John, hurt and disillusioned by her betrayal, had found solace and love in Sarah's arms. The connection they shared, forged in honesty and mutual respect, was unbreakable.
I can't believe what I've done.
Faith watched, her heart shattering into a million pieces as John looked at Sarah with a love she knew she had lost forever. The 2 weeks were almost up, and with each passing moment the hope of reconciliation dwindled.
We deserve this happiness, John.
She had made her choice, and now she had to live with the consequences. The final night of their pact arrived. heavy with unspoken words and raw emotions. Sarah and John, their love for each other undeniable, decided to embrace their newfound happiness. The charade was over.
We found something real, John.
Peter, his ego bruised but his heart surprisingly untouched, accepted their decision with a shrug.
I guess I mistook possession for love.
He had mistaken possession for love and, in the process, lost sight of what truly mattered. The love experiment had backfired, leaving a trail of broken hearts and shattered illusions. Faith, consumed by regret, had to face the consequences of her actions.
I traded a love built on trust and respect for a fleeting infatuation. What have I done?
The realization was a bitter pill to swallow. John and Sarah, their bond strengthened by the trials they had faced, embarked on their new life together.
Our love, though born out of unconventional circumstances, is real, raw, and unyielding.
As for Peter, he was left to pick up the pieces of his shattered ego, a stark reminder that love, true love, could not be bought or controlled. It was a force of nature, beautiful and unpredictable.
Let's walk into our future hand in hand.
And so, as John and Sarah walked hand in hand into the sunset, Faith stood alone, watching them disappear.